You didn't see it coming, did you? The way they turned on you. The way they looked you in the eye with love one day, and the next acted like you didn't exist. That sting of betrayal didn't just bruise your heart, it carved something deep into your soul. But let me tell you something the world doesn't understand about the chosen ones. Betrayal isn't your downfall, it's your confirmation. You didn't lose them. God revealed them. That pain wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to wake you up. Because that betrayal, it was necessary. And now look at you. You've come through the fire that was supposed to burn you down, and you didn't just survive it. You grew from it. You shed everything false, everything fake. Every mask around you fell. And in the ashes of what they thought would break you, you discovered something unshakable, yourself. That's what betrayal does to a chosen one. It doesn't end you. It exposes the truth, clears the path, and sets the stage for your elevation. Chosen one, listen closely. Betrayal is often the doorway to your breakthrough. You thought you needed them to reach your next level. You thought they were part of your destiny. But God knew better. He saw their heart. He saw their motives. And He allowed the betrayal, not to punish you, but to position you. That was divine protection wrapped in pain. And that pain refined you. It sharpened your discernment. It pushed you to lean not on people, but on purpose. You were too loyal, too giving, too available to people who only loved the version of you they could control. But the moment you started growing, glowing, and going higher, they changed. The moment you stopped being who they wanted you to be, they pulled away. And it hurt, because your heart was pure, your love was real. But the betrayal was the lesson, a lesson you couldn't afford to miss. And now, look at you, stronger, wiser, unapologetically you. That betrayal broke the illusion and brought clarity. It forced you to stand on your own. And in that solitude, you tapped into your power. You remembered who you were. You realigned with your calling. And you stopped waiting for them to validate you, because you finally realized you were never meant to be understood by people not assigned to your journey. Let's be real. There were moments you wanted to go back. Moments when the silence was too loud. When the loneliness wrapped around you like a fog. When your heart begged for an apology you never got. But even in those quiet moments, something inside you refused to give up. That was your spirit remembering the assignment. That was your angel standing guard. That was God saying, "Keep going, I'm with you." They didn't just betray you, they exposed themselves. And the beauty in that, you didn't have to lift a finger. You didn't have to seek revenge. You didn't even need to explain yourself. Time revealed the truth. And truth always wins. They thought leaving you would leave you lost, but it actually led you straight into alignment. And now you see it. They weren't meant to go where God is taking you. You see, elevation requires separation, growth requires pruning, and divine destiny requires the removal of anything or anyone that can't handle your anointing. That betrayal wasn't a mistake. It was a surgical strike from heaven. God cut away what was attached to you but not assigned to you. He removed the distractions, the double-minded, the users, the jealous ones, because your next level couldn't afford their presence. Chosen one, I know it still stings sometimes. I know you gave your all. I know you prayed for them, defended them, loved them. But understand this, your love wasn't wasted. It was seed. And God saw it. He counted every tear, and He's about to give you a harvest that those who betrayed you won't even be able to comprehend. They'll see it. They'll remember what they did, but they won't be able to stop what's coming to you. That betrayal put you in position. It stripped away the noise. It humbled you. It refined you. And now you are unrecognizable to the old version of you, the version that tolerated less than you deserve. The version that sought approval from people who were never meant to lead you. That version is gone, and what's left is a warrior, a light bearer, a true chosen one. You didn't lose them. You found you. And what a powerful discovery that is. But here's the truth that most people can't handle. Betrayal doesn't just hurt because of the act itself. It hurts because it often comes from the ones you trusted with your whole heart. The ones you defended when no one else did. The ones you prayed for while they secretly plotted against you. It's not just a break in trust. It's a break in spirit. But chosen one, you were never broken beyond repair. You were broken open so the light inside you could finally shine. Do you remember those moments after they walked away? After they ghosted you, lied on your name, or turned their back when you needed them most? It felt like you were left to deal with the pieces, alone in a storm they created. But in that wilderness, something sacred happened. God met you there. And it wasn't in loud thunder or booming voices. It was in the stillness. The silence that followed their absence became the sacred space where God began to speak. That betrayal, it wasn't a coincidence. It was surgery. God was cutting away what couldn't stay for where you were going. You didn't lose them. You were delivered from them. Because what they didn't know was that you were carrying something divine. And if they had stayed, they would have only poisoned the promise God placed inside of you. So He let them walk. Or better yet, He exposed them, so you could see clearly and finally release them. That was protection in disguise. And look at you now. You didn't just survive, you evolved. The version of you that came out of that betrayal is wiser, stronger, more discerning. You no longer ignore red flags just to keep someone around. You no longer beg for a seat at a table God never built for you. Now you build your own, and God sends the right people to sit beside you. People who match your heart, not just your history. You see, betrayal was the bridge, not the burial. It was meant to break the illusion that certain people were loyal, to make room for God's true appointments in your life. That heartbreak taught you what real love isn't, so now you're ready for what real love is. Whether that's in friendships, in purpose partnerships, or in your divine calling. The betrayal activated your discernment. It humbled you, but it also elevated you. And now, people who once overlooked you can't stop watching you. The irony, they're still stuck where you left them. Watching, observing, pretending they don't care, but you're glowing now. You're walking in divine alignment. Every step you take is drenched in favor. They thought you'd stay broken, but you got back up. And when you rose, you carried power they couldn't understand. They underestimated your bounce back. They thought if they wounded you deep enough, you'd never recover. But you were chosen, not for comfort, but for purpose. And that purpose required purification. Betrayal was the fire that refined you. And now, they're watching from afar, regretting the day they chose ego over loyalty. Regretting the way they mishandled someone who was praying for their success while they were planning your downfall. But let's be real, you're not even mad anymore. There's no bitterness in your heart, just clarity. Because the pain pushed you into purpose. It showed you who you are, and more importantly, who God is. He showed up when everyone else vanished. He loved you in the moments you were unlovable to the world. He picked you up when your name was slandered. He kept doors open when others were trying to shut you out. Chosen one, that's why you're unstoppable now. Because you've been through what should have destroyed you. And still, you rise. Still, you show up with grace. Still, you love with a pure heart, even after betrayal. That's not weakness. That's divine resilience. And let me tell you something profound. Your comeback wasn't just for you. It was for everyone connected to your assignment. Your healing is someone else's hope. Your breakthrough is someone else's blueprint. And the same people who left you in the valley will have to watch you get crowned on the mountaintop. Think back to how far you've come since that betrayal. It was more than just a heartbreak. It was an awakening. You started seeing life differently, people differently, even yourself differently. You realized that some connections were never meant to last forever. Some people were only chapters, not the whole story. And when you stopped chasing their validation, you began walking in your own power. You stopped lowering your frequency to meet them where they were. You began rising into the version of you that God always knew was there. The betrayal pushed you to grow in silence. You weren't out seeking revenge or trying to prove anything. You were healing, quietly, privately. And in that silence, God was rebuilding you piece by piece. The hurt didn't disappear overnight. The confusion didn't lift immediately. But day by day, you became lighter, stronger, clearer, until one day you looked around and realized you didn't miss them anymore. You didn't replay the conversations. You didn't wonder what you did wrong. You finally knew it wasn't about you. It was always about them. They couldn't handle your light, your purpose, or your purity. It intimidated them. It exposed what they weren't willing to fix in themselves. So instead of rising with you, they chose to betray you. But that betrayal, it was a gift wrapped in pain. It freed you from attachments that would have held you back in this next chapter of your life. And now you're stepping into rooms they were never allowed to enter with you. Chosen one, you're not who you used to be. That old version of you, the one who tolerated mistreatment, who gave chance after chance, who stayed small to keep others comfortable, is gone. In its place stands a divine warrior, one who knows their worth, one who walks in favor, one who's been tested in fire and came out shining. You didn't just survive the betrayal. You were elevated by it. Let this be your reminder. Rejection is often redirection, and betrayal is often divine promotion. God had to expose the hidden enemies so you could see clearly. He had to remove them, not because you were unworthy of love, but because they were unworthy of access. The table God is preparing for you is sacred, and not everyone is allowed to sit at it. That betrayal wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to deliver you. You are walking proof that what the enemy meant for evil, God turned around for your good. Every tear you cried watered the seeds of your greatness. Every sleepless night pushed you deeper into purpose. Every closed door redirected you towards something better. And now you're glowing from the inside out, not because you're trying to prove anything, but because healing looks good on you. Now when you walk into a room, your energy speaks before you do. Not because of arrogance, but because of alignment. You've made peace with what happened. You've accepted that some people were never meant to stay. And because of that, you've created space for the right people, people who honor your light, not dim it. People who match your spirit, not just your struggle. And what's coming? It's bigger than anything you've lost. The blessings that betrayal cleared the path for are going to overflow in your life. Divine opportunities, real connections, spiritual abundance. It's already in motion. And the best part, you'll be able to receive it all with an open heart, free from bitterness, full of wisdom, and covered by grace. So keep shining. Keep showing up. Keep being who you are, because the right ones are on their way. And those who betrayed you, they'll see the glow. They'll feel the shift. And they'll realize that losing you was the biggest mistake they ever made. But by then, you'll be too far ahead, too elevated, too grounded, too chosen, to ever look back. Now that you've heard this powerful message, I want to hear from you. If this spoke to your spirit and you're ready to rise above every betrayal, take a moment to comment, "I'm still standing below." Let that be your declaration, that nothing and no one can stop what God has placed within you. Don't forget to hit that like button if you feel empowered by this word, and share this video with someone who needs to be reminded that their pain had a purpose. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you never miss another message of hope, healing, and divine purpose. And if you want to go even deeper and support this mission, consider joining my YouTube membership for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and more ways to stay spiritually grounded. You can also use super thanks if this video touched you. It truly helps keep these messages flowing. Check out the shop tab on my channel too. Every purchase directly supports the work it takes to bring this kind of content to life. And before you go, don't forget to click on the videos that appear in the end screen. They're handpicked just for you, and they'll take you even further into your journey as one of God's chosen. You didn't lose anything. You were being prepared. You're not forgotten. You're rising. Stay faithful, stay focused, and remember, you were chosen for such a time as this.